Hi everyone, good evening, Jai Hind. A very important session for the students and also their parents who are in grade 3 to 7. We'll be discussing a lot of things. One being कि आज के time पे when the things are moving so fast technologically, AI era, what is the most important thing that your child should be doing at this stage? AI को किस तरीके से अडाप्ट करना, आगे आने वाली सब चीजें are going to be based on AI, and the heart of artificial intelligence, the LLM models, is mathematics. Now, how do we make sure, how do we ensure that the kind of mathematics that is being taught to the child, particularly in schools or tuitions, is the right mathematics, right kind of mathematics? Because we have seen a lot of students scoring 100% maths in their school math, and still they do not know math, the real math. There's a lot of gap, and the gap is only increasing. So what can be done? We'll be talking about in this particular session. Right, so best age to build a math champion is grade 3 to 8. And why do we say that? And again, this is how the journey of a child looks like. Right, so 3 to 4 men, it is very important to develop that curiosity. Now, how do you build that curiosity? There are a lot of ways. One of the ways by which the child is able to relate with and relate to is mathematics, because he at this stage becomes fascinated with numbers. He sees numbers all around. He goes to the market with the parents and do all the simple calculations all by himself. Right. So at this stage, logic and simple kind of sudokus, good math problems builds the child's curiosity. Grade 5th and 6th are the ones wherein the child should be focused on building logic and also the speed math. Now we keep on saying कि speed math का आज के time पे कोई relevance नहीं है. Absolutely right, because at certain stage, after a certain stage, all the calculations are going to be handled by the Google Sheets or by the calculators. But the basic idea, so basic way to apply simple calculations, how to imagine that let's say a fraction like 14/16 can be converted into 7/8 mentally. So this is the kind of mathematics that the child should know. Definitely know. I hope this is clear. Next is grade 7. So grade 7 is the stage wherein the good math contests start. Right, so contests like NMTC, contests like AMC8, which is organized by US, and 8th onwards, of course, the official Maths Olympiad of India, that is IOQM, starts. 8th to 10th is the age wherein we focus on IOQM, RMO, INMO, and all these math contests. There are a lot of high school contests which are organized by the best colleges of India. चाहे वो IIT Bombay की बात करें, IIT Delhi, IIT Kanpur, IIT Guwahati organizes Technothlon, ISI, Indian Statistical Institute, CMI, all these institutes organize high school contests for the math students, and most of these contests start from grade 8th, grade 9th onwards, right? So these are amazing contests wherein in most of the contests, the second stage happens on their particular institute, and this is a huge motivation for a lot of students, particularly 9th and 10th graders who are eyeing for JEE, who are eyeing for IITs down the line, to visit that IIT beforehand. And 11th and 12th, depending on your preferences, IIT, ISI, CMI, or exams like NEET. So this is the typical journey of a child. So इस journey में ये जितने भी चीजें हैं, इनके ऊपर importance डालना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, because अगर right age पे नहीं डाले तो sometimes it becomes late for the child. Sometimes it becomes late for the child to develop that curiosity of mathematics later on down the line. Because अगर हम जिस तरीके से स्कूल में चीजें चलती हैं, in most of the schools I'm talking about, is the child is fed the formulas and he gets the habit of learning the formulas and applying those formulas. But this is not how the real mathematics work. And अगर ये चीज right time पे रोकी नहीं जाती है, then it becomes really late. And last में जाते जाते, we've seen a lot of students come into us in the later classes. A lot of them struggle. They take a lot of time to get to unlearn those things. Right, so if the right kind of mathematics is taught to the children at the right age, it becomes really amazing, and the child really becomes a problem solver later down the line. We have a lot of courses. Recently, last year, we started with VOS junior courses. That is small courses for grade 3 to 7. These were the courses we have been organizing before also, but last year this was a major overhaul. काफी हमने changes किए. पहले हम थर्ड और फोर्थ के बच्चों को एक साथ पढ़ाते थे, फिफ्थ और सिक्स्थ के बच्चों को एक साथ पढ़ाते थे, बट we were facing a lot of problems, particularly for the junior students. And हमने क्या किया, थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, सिक्स, सेवन सबको अलग कर दिया, and we made beautiful courses. उसका फीडबैक भी मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा, right? So why do parents choose us? In the coming days, you're going to see a lot of testimonials by the parents, by the students of the courses जिनकी मैं बात करने वाला हूं यहाँ पे. Of course, these courses build on the basic concepts which are being done in the school. So it definitely helps in the school marks. The core part of mathematics is logic. Without logic, no child is going to be able to do or understand the real math. Right? So the philosophy of Vedantu Olympiad School is to build logic. Now to build that logic, we use mathematics. The kind of mathematics which might be there in the school books, the kind of mathematics which might not be there in the school books, we borrow it. We make sure the students are fed that particular mathematics so that we are able to build that logic in the children. We give daily brain challenge. This is the heart and soul of the courses, each and every course, not only juniors but also the seniors that we design. Because जब तक बच्चा सोचेगा नहीं खुद से, without formulas, a problem जो उसको पहले से किया नहीं हुआ, जब तक सोचेगा नहीं, then he will never be able to become a good logical and a good problem solver. There are monthly progress reports, mentor, and of course it builds a long-term Olympiad foundation. Right, so this is how the journey looks like. There's a class के अंदर भी क्या होता है? This is an amazing set of things that we have put in the class. So there's a class followed by a quick quiz. After the class, there's an assignment which is given to the children. There's a brain puzzle which is given to the children in every class. We call it dinner table problem, DTP, which the students in most of the cases have to discuss with their parents over the dinner table. Right, so we want this habitual habit to be formed in the family. Right, so there's a problem, and everyone in the families is trying to contemplate on the problem and discussing that problem on the dinner table. Right, so we call it DTP, and of course monthly reports and performance reports are given separately. Now this is what happens, and these are the real results, guys. One of the best feedbacks that we get from the students and parents is not कि सर हमारा बच्चा Olympiad clear कर गया. It is कि हमारा बच्चा बैठना सीख गया. This gives us a lot of happiness. We get request calls from the parents asking कि हमारे घर में शादी है, please बच्चे को बोल दो आज की क्लास मिस कर दे. This is the level of curiosity that we develop, and the child does not want to miss the classes. This is what we stand for. The students who are afraid of mathematics fall in love with mathematics. This is the core idea कि हम बच्चों को मैथ से, लॉजिक से प्यार करना सिखाते हैं with whatever things. There are certain things that we use from the school syllabi. There are certain things which may not be a part of the school syllabi. We use them also. Core puzzles, core brain puzzles, thought puzzles, quick calculation tricks and hacks that we tell to the students. Again, the students get hooked to these things. Slow calculation जिसके बच्चे की होती है, after the course the calculations become faster, and I'll tell you why. How does it become faster? मैं ऐसे नहीं बोल रहा, there is a reason why does it become faster. Memorize, जो formula memorization होती है, that goes away, right? So again, we are against this. A lot of students know how the things are done, but why the things are done, they do not know. So if we change the statement of the problem, or we change something in the problem, the same problem which the child is able to do before is not able to do. Right? That is only happening because the student knows the formulas. He does not know the whys behind the formula. एक simple example जिस मैं हमेशा देता हूँ is a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. A lot of students know this when they get into grade 4, grade 5. But why does it happen? They do not know this. Students know how to draw the perpendicular bisector of a line segment using compass and straight edge. Right? So ऐसे So, but why does it happen? Why does this line pass through the midpoint of that line segment, and why is this line equal to 90 degrees to this line? Students are not able to explain this, right? So this is what we call, memorizing the formula. So अगर रट्टे मारे हुए हैं, चीजों को याद किया हुआ, you will be able to do really well in school exams. But again, in any other good contest, जो matter करता है, the students will never be able to do well. so understands the concepts, the whys behind the concepts. Low confidence get converted into high confidence, and if the students avoid difficult problems at the start, after the courses, after what we teach, he accepts those challenges. He's really happy, eager to solve those problems. This is the major shift which happens after the courses. Some of the results, so one of the good math contests that we ask the students to write is NMTC, apart from AMC 8, and there are other contests also, right? And this is a national level math contest which is organized by one of the finest mathematical associations of India. So primary level, there's a common exam for 5th and 6th, जिसको primary बोलते हैं. So we had rank 2, rank 3 and rank 4 last year in NMTC. Sub junior level, which is for grade 7th and 8th, we had rank 2, rank 4, rank 5 and rank 6 last year in the national math contest last year in the sub junior category also. Right, so this is the kind of some of the activities that we discuss and do in the classes, right? So we give them some kind of activity. For example, there is the tangram activity wherein we have given them a problem. We've asked them to solve or find the area of this particular thing using the help of tangrams, and they're presenting their solutions, right? So this is something which builds up the confidence of the students, right? So a problem was given to them, and it was also given that you don't have to solve using usual length into width. You have to use tangrams, and this is what the students have done, and they're explaining it, right? So this makes all the more fun, and we present these solutions to the parents, to the students, in the group, so that students get motivated. जो जिन बच्चे ने नहीं भी किया है, इनको देख के अपने आप मोटिवेट हो जाते हैं कि यार ये बच्चा अगर कर सकता है तो why not me, right? So this is something that we discuss. Now the class, how does the class look like? So every class consists of 3 segments, and all of these 3 segments have to be right. बहुत सारे बच्चे स्पीड पे फोकस करते हैं, बहुत सारे बच्चे सिर्फ कोर कॉन्सेप्ट पे फोकस करते हैं, बट अच्छा मैथ होने के लिए, अच्छा मैथ मतलब the kind of mathematics which is going to give you good marks in schools and also make you clear good math contest later down the line. In short, going to make you a problem solver is going to consist of these 3 things. One is the core learning. Core learning means we make them understand the whys. Not only the formulas, we don't throw only the formulas at them, but again, we make them understand why is something happening, right? So this is something which improves the overall mathematics of the child, followed by a 10-minute brain puzzle in every class. So every class, there's a brain puzzle which is given to the students. Sometimes we solve it in the class, we followed by discussions. Sometimes we give them as homework, which the students have to discuss with their parents over the dinner table. So that is why we call it dinner table problem, DTP. And 10 minutes, every class there is based on, there's a quiz, there is a set of problems that we discuss, which improves the speed of the calculation speed of the child. So when we say calculation speed, we do not mean something like 35 into 18 ko multiply jaldi karo. No, right? So the common techniques which get used in day-to-day calculations, we improve that. So that, instead of taking a lot of time and spending a lot of steps on a particular problem, is able to do it very quickly. And this is something which really builds a good problem solver down the line. For grade 7, it is exactly the same thing, just that it's a 90-minute class instead of a 60-minute class. Now, every batch consists of 5 modules. Every module consists of 8 classes, which gets covered more or less in 1 month. So every module is covered in 1 month. So after 8 classes, there is one discussion class, which happens after the test. So total of 45 classes, right? So 8 classes plus 1 discussion class per module. So we have divided the entire course of all the grades into 5 different modules, and every module is independent of each other, right? So approximately 1 module a month and 8 classes plus 1 discussion classes, total of 45 classes, right? So this is what the course is all about. And right, so these are the brain puzzles that I'm talking about. तो हर क्लास के अंदर एक ऐसा brain puzzle दिया जाता है, and this is the core idea. इसके बिना logic improve नहीं होगा, because these are the puzzles which are independent of the formulas. These are the puzzles which are new to the students. So जब तक बच्चों को नए problem solve करने की आदत नहीं डलेगी, बच्चों का math नहीं improve होगा. अगर किसी बच्चे को कुछ बता दिया जाता है, फॉर्मूला बता दिया जाता है, एंड उसके बेसिस पे प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, तो वो कर लेगा. एंड दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस इन स्कूल्स आल्सो. सो लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स आर एबल टू स्कोर गुड मार्क्स इन स्कूल्स, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू अ न्यू प्रॉब्लम, they're not able to do. Right? So this is something which improves the new problem solving skills. There are logic grades, there are sample shape puzzles, there are pattern hunting, speed rounds, number puzzles, challenges. This is what we do in every class. Right? So after the class, again, there's a quiz which helps the parents and teachers also to judge and see where the child is lacking, and we are able to take the necessary steps to improve. So it leads to better school marks, strong conceptual understanding, logical thinking ability, accuracy, confidence in competitive exams, and long-term foundation in Olympiads. Now, program assessment structure. So there is the regular test which happens. Plus, we know that at this stage, particularly when the students are in grade 3 and 4, there aren't a lot of math contests which get conducted. So SOF is very common contest. So again, we organize, we also make them prepare for SOF test, and also grade 5th onwards, we make them prepare for NMTC test. Also, this is in addition to the normal classes which happen. Okay. So, right, so all these things, of course, the monthly report of the attendance, the activities, the quizzes that the child has answered is shared with the parents. And of course, there's a personal mentor which is provided to every child. So if there is any non-academic problem which the child or the parent is facing, they can, of course, resolve their doubts. Right. Now, these are the courses which we are going to start from July. Right, so there is a grade 3 batch, grade 3, and there's grade 3 weekend. So weekend batch, the classes happen on Saturdays and Sundays. Then there's grade 4 batch, and then there's grade 4 weekend batch, grade 5 weekend, grade 6 weekend, and then there is grade 7 batch. You can look at the timings and start dates, and if you want, you can take the screenshot of this also. Right, so that's it from my side. If you're interested, you can, of course, the links are there in the description box. And if there are any queries also, then I'll be happy to take those questions if there are any at this point of time. Otherwise, you can always put this in the comment section. So यहाँ पर guys, यहाँ पे videos में description में. So there's a course for grade 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For example, if you want to enroll for grade 7, grade 6, so this is the link. All the things that we've discussed are there on this particular link, and these are the two. Weekday batch and weekend batch, two classes, two options, and yes, everything is there. Likewise for grade 5 and grade 4th. So all these are the links that you can always click on. Okay. Now, if there are any questions at this point of time, please let me know in the chat. Otherwise, यहाँ पर ही हमने नीचे there's a query form. So for query fill form, this is the form. And if you want to talk to any of our team members, the teachers, you can fill this form. Our team is going to get to you, and they're going to connect you to whoever you want to connect. Right. So that's it from my side. And hopefully you find this information useful. And again, for the students who are joining us, we are excited to have you. And we'll make sure that your love for mathematics never stops. Take care. God bless you. Bye, everyone.